Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Jason Violet, and we are here running some winged 410 sprint cars on iRacing. Let me pull that up. And it looks like we are going to be at Williams Grove. At the moment, it's pretty foggy out. But like I said, name is Jason Violet, racing for Leadfoot Racing Entertainment, your #1 provider of sprint car motion simulators. As you see here, we are in the flagship product that is available for you to purchase, the SS-D2 sprint car motion simulator. And just want to tell you, new arrival, we just added to the store. You can actually just get the motion base if you already have a static sprint car simulator that you run. And I want to tell you, once you go with motion, you're never going to want to go back. And your sprint car chassis is going to thank you for making it cool once again. Alright, so let's go do some practice laps, and we'll see if we end up getting more people showing up. Right now there's only one car, so it's going to be pretty boring if that's all we have. So it might be a slow day. It's a little early, so I don't think it's what is it, after it's almost 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see what my wing angle is at 0 right now. So let's go turn some laps. Don't see anybody coming. Have to adjust my driver height here. Still a little bit. And it'd be nice if this fog clears up.
Hit the fastest lap.
I don't know if my overlays are working, so I had to kind of configure my screens a little bit different, so I can't really monitor the overlays with this new overlay program.
You just hit the fastest lap.
Well, still only one registered, so it's not very bumpy out here. I have my set point on my motion simulation software set at 90% profile intensity, so it must be pretty smooth out here. There's some bumps, but I've seen worse at Williams Grove on iRacing.
Slow car ahead.
We'll just hang on the cushion and see what we get for times. Pretty far around. Oop. Could have been bad. Got a little aggressive there, trying to cut it too close. The front end's all screwed up.
One of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have less grip out there. Clear to the bottom.
Oh well, what do you do? Thankfully this is only practice. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my driver height here. So yeah, 17.275 for our time. Let's see, driver height. Yeah, normally I run at about 0.6. Alright, we'll exit the vehicle. So yeah, 2 people registered. Woohoo! So this might just be a matter of turning some practice laps here. Pretty slow out here right now. I'm gonna check my audio settings, make sure that those are good. Yep. I'll go in and look at our garage. So fix setup. So yeah, we'll load in the qualifying set and see what happens. Yeah. So yep, session you're registered is starting. Please exit the sim and join. So I don't know. Like I said, it's 2 people isn't gonna be too exciting, so we'll just use it kind of as practice for another race. But we'll go ahead and see what we get for qualifying time out here. Oh, well, I guess we're not going to practice qualifying laps. While we're waiting for this to load up, I just want to let you know May 17th we are going to be at the dirt track in Plymouth, Wisconsin for our Beat the Pro event. So our first pro driver is going to be from the IRA 410 Outlaws, Logan Julian, driving the 85J. Definitely an up-and-coming star with the IRAs. He's definitely going to be one to watch. Should be pretty exciting. Seeing him click off some laps, and it'll be a good time for fan engagement. And hey, you can relate to your driver in a different way and have a experience to talk about. And we're happy to provide the Sprint Car Motion Simulator for that event. And I'm guessing that I'm probably the only... Oh, it's me and William, so not going to be a whole lot going on here. I should probably go and check out the track. It looks like we have some slick developing already on the entries. Yeah, it's look like we're gonna take the long way around. Ooh, man. Yeah, she's a little slick already. So we're gonna be pretty much right in the cushion the whole race. Jeez, Louise, man. Throttle control. This is gonna be.
Practice is over.
It might be a good thing that this isn't going to be an official race. It got all squirrely. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Probably gonna give myself a
Colour's
little
fine.
bit of
No
wing.
damage to report. Green, green, green. Here comes your first on lap.
But I just contacted the guardrail, so this lap might not even count. Man, this is not good.
One more lap. You have about 2 laps of fuel left. 17, 40, 8, 3, 8. You have about 1 lap of fuel left. Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Well, you must have not liked the track too much. What did he get for a lap? I got 17.571. What did he get? Did he even do a lap? Yeah, he didn't even. Oh, let's see. Let's watch him. Yeah, right through the slick. Pit lane now on TV1. There you go. Yeah, I think William threw in the towel. That's not a fun track. Really wide slick going into the turns. 3 and 4 is pretty slick all the way through. So hey, we'll use it as an opportunity to practice for a race that is a bit more populated with drivers. All right, here we go. 30 laps of practice on a somewhat slick track. Pretty much seems like a 1 lane, unless you go really slow on the inside. But whew.
Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed. We've put in plenty of fuel to finish the race.
So yeah, you might hear a little bit of noise, but that is the powerful SCN6 actuators working their magic. Pretty standard to have 24 volt DC actuators, and this is actually 48 volts, so double the voltage, double the power. So what we need to get this chassis rocking and rolling. Yeah, there's a little sliver down there, but just gonna use this 30 laps to practice.
Green flag, next time by.
Yeah, this is all. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad if you could get through the slick and then cut down low through 1 and 2. I mean, we have 30 laps to pretty much do whatever we want, so we'll try some different things.
Ready. Pace cars in. Pace cars in. flag, green flag.
But even though we're not racing, it gives you a nice chance to see what this sprint car motion simulator can do.
191. 18.2.
Move my wing back a little bit. Move it back 2 clicks.
Hit the fastest lap. You just hit the fastest lap.
Oop, in guardrail. Oh, that was close. Yeah, hopefully we'll get this finished up in enough time to see if there is anybody in the fixed 360 race at Charlotte, I believe. A little bit of guardrail contact there. Ooh, jump the cushion.
Got wheel damage. Looks like one of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have less grip out there.
18.09. Too much rotation on that one.
18.256.
A little challenging, getting down to the good stuff. little faster around the cushion. It's better. Yeah, that bump coming out of turn 4 really upsets the car if you're going too fast. Look at jump.
18.356. We're in a podium position.
You think? Yeah, normally I'm a mid-pack kind of driver.
18.656. Bring it home, one to go here. 18.612.
Oh, way out of shape.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left. You won!
Yeah, it doesn't quite mean much, does it though? Alright, I'll go and see if there is a 360 race that we can get into. If nothing else, we might be finding ourselves in a 305 race.
The race is over. We can't fix the damage.
No, you cannot. Alright, so what do our laps look like? And of course, it doesn't have them on here. That's right. So 18.612, 18.8, 18.5, 18.6, 18.4. There you go. 2 3s and 4s. That was a bad lap. That must have been when I tried running inside. Yeah, the 19s. Alright, well, sorry we didn't get you into a race. Not enough people out here, but let's see if we can find something else out here. On iRacing, don't need to save the replay. And well, that loads my home screen. Alright, let's see what we can get into. So we have a 3:05 race. Yeah, I might get rid of this fixed setup. Alright, so nothing happening out here again. Thursday must be a very slow day. You got a 360 race at Charlotte. Got one person practicing right now. It's going to kick off in 20-something minutes. Let's see if there's anything in hosted that we could get ourselves into. Pull that screen out a little bit more so you can see what we're doing. Sorry, you can't see my screen. You're just kind of looking at a blank screen. Yeah, not a whole lot, unfortunately. Might be a bust for the stream. That's weird. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen it slow, but I've never seen it this dead. So the World of Outlaw race. Williams Grove kicking off in 7 minutes. Let's see who's running the 360. So we got 2 people. Is that Dave Souza, maybe? Yep. And who is this? Alright. Well, I'm going to switch screens real quick. So that way I can kind of monitor what's going on, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I found a race to get into here. I don't know if we're going to have enough drivers to make it official. You kind of saw me shuffling around my screen to get this overlay looking right. I do need to go in and reactivate my OneDrive. I thought I had my setups synced, or I thought I had my setups on my computer by themselves, but it looks like they were linked with OneDrive. Alright, so now we'll see if our setups show up now that we're back. On the OneDrive. Yep. I need to fix that. Because what if OneDrive fails or something? Alright, so let's get back into it. Let me get this controller in here. There we go. Well, we have 4 drivers. Woohoo! Might actually be able to make this an official race. A little bit more action on this track. A little ruddy.
19.488. Slow car down low, go high. 13.089. That's your box flat position. That was your box flat position. 12.958. That was your box flat position. Slow car down low. 12.997. You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Oh, I've registered.
That was your fastest lap of the session. 2 laps of fuel left. 12.986. You have about 1 lap of fuel left. 12.939. Don't forget to pit this lap for more fuel. 12.917. We're out of fuel.
Alright, not bad laps. laps here. What does TV2 look like? It's pretty far away. So my fastest lap was lap 7. Okay, so 6 should be completing here, so let's take a look and see where we ran. So about a car off of the bottom through 1 and 2. And kind of like a short slider through mid-track on 3 and 4. Where is this at here? Well, never mind. I was a little premature. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at it again. So, pretty much riding, rolling the cushion. Had 4 in the fluff through 1 and 2. That short slider through mid-track and 3 and 4. Alright, I think we have enough drivers to make it official. Yep, 6 cars registered right now. I got Big Z in the house. That would be Corey Wenzel. So yeah, pretty consistent laps, 12.9s is kind of where we're sitting. I didn't duplicate this 12.885 run. I came close on my last lap, but... Alright, well, oh, now we have 7. Awesome. Hopefully you start getting some guys pouring in now. Let's see if he's turning some laps. Ooh, Chase Wolf, holy crap. I haven't seen that guy out in a long time. Oh, Kenny Mansberger is in now. Best lap, 12.807. So definitely faster than we are. But I don't know if that was his qualifying setup or if he was just running like a heat race or feature set. If that is a feature set and he's putting up those times, that'd be pretty good. I'd be impressed. All right. Nice. Yeah, so hopefully... Alright, now we're up to 9. This is going to be cool. Colby Iraqi, he's super fast. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's go and do a feature set. It's not too bad being out here turning laps so people can see the car and go and check us out online. Yeah, if you go ahead and head to www.leadfootracingentertainment.com. We got all sorts of good stuff out there. Talk a little bit about the product, our philosophy. Also, we have events listed, so you know where we're going to be with our Sprint Car Motion Simulator, as well as the checkered flag checkout shop. Like I mentioned earlier, we just added the motion base to our lineup for products. So if you already have an existing static sprint car simulator, all you need to do is a little fabrication work and you're going to have yourself probably the best immersive experience you've ever had in your sprint car simulator when you add motion. So yeah, wouldn't want to be racing without it. Alright, we are ready to load into the race server, and we are going to be official, since there's, what, 10 or 12 drivers, maybe? Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, might be 10 or 11, but it's better than just running laps by yourself. Alright, loading in. Alright, how many people do we have? 10, so 5 car heat races. Should be 2 heat races. Unless they're gonna throw us all in one heat race and then right on to the feature, so we'll have to see for sure. Holy cow, Landon Cordoza, I think he's a pro driver. If I recall, Colby Araki might be one as well, or has been in the past. Chase Wolf, I believe, was a pro driver, or is a pro driver as well. Yeah, oh, nope, he is not a pro driver. He's Division 2, so your guys usually in Division 1 are your fast guys, which typically tend to be pro drivers. Usually you can tell from their iRating. look too bad. Looks a little dry right now. So we'll just stick with our feature tacky setup and see what happens.
Hard stop down low. Slow car down low. 17, holy 7, 3, 3. Slow car up high. Go high. 13, holy 5, 2, 3. 7 stop. Lap of the session. Outside. 13, holy 5, 1, 4. 7 stop. Lap of the session. Full stop. 13, holy 3, 3, 7. 7 stop. Lap of the session. Slow car down low.
It's a little rough. That should smooth out though as we go on.
3, 3, 4, 7 stop. Lap of the session. Hard stop down low. Slow car down low. 13, holy 4, 1, 3. Slow car down low. Go high. 13, holy 3, 5, 5.
Alright, yeah, we'll head into the pits.
Go low. Go high. 13, holy 4, 8, 9. Inside, inside. Clear to the bottom.
And practice is over anyways. Yeah, so I used to run SSR setups, just pretty much because they were pretty reasonable and cheap. I think I was paying $8 a month for access to the Insider program, which a lot of these speed shops, they charge you anywhere from $10 to $30 just for one set. So not what I'm trying to do. Plus, a lot of my funds go into coming up with new innovative products here at Leadfoot Racing Entertainment. So we'll do kind of a slider through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for our first lap. Second lap we'll hit kind of mid-track.
13.035. You have about 1 lap of fuel left. This chicken flag.
Yeah, it's a little bumpy out here. Holy cow. There you go. Alright, so our last recorded lap was 13.141. And let's take a look at our first lap. Kind of running the slider lines. As was a 13.141. Oh, that was my last lap. It was the 13.141. But yeah, it looks like the slider line that we ran that was a mid-track. Yeah, I think our first round we were better. Our first qualifying lap we were better.
Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed.
We've put in plenty of fuel to finish the race. The estimated SOF is
Angle is still at
3,200.
0.
There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
And are they all dumping us into one heat race? Yep. So they did dump us all into one heat race. So I ended up somehow putting down a faster lap than Chase, but like I said, I haven't seen him out here in a long time, so this might be his first time out in a long time. He's always been super fast. Oh, I suppose we should start our car.
Everyone's gridded.
So yeah, we'll wrap up the stream after this race. Well, at least we were able to get into an actual official race with a small field, but anyways, competition nonetheless. Ooh, Big Z is on the outside front row. Must have put up a pretty good time.
Okay, bud, green flag, next time by. Ready? Pace car's in. Green flag. Three wide, you're on the bottom. Three wide, you're on the bottom. Clear. You're a jackass, Con. 13:41.3 left the session.
Watch out for these two guys battling it out.
13:42.3.
Yep.
fastest lap. 13.058. White flag next time by a strike. 13.412. T5. Inside. There's the bottom. Outside. Stay low. There's the top.
Good racing there, 7.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
Great job, driver.
All right. What number are we? We are number 8. All right, right on to the feature. So I had a little close call there in that
Line up on the outside. Pit road is closed.
We
Heat
put in
race.
plenty of fuel to finish the race.
Oh, Chase Wolf is up there again. He must have
The
been
estimated SOF is
sandbagging it.
3,200.
9.
There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
All right. I wonder if that was Chase that I was banging wheels with.
Waiting on the final car to grid. Everyone's gridded.
Green flag, next time by. Getting ready here, getting ready.
We probably don't need any wing angle at this point in time.
Pace car's in. Green flag, green flag.
Why are we just plowing me over?
15, 7,
Uh-oh.
7, go low.
That's like taking out half the field.
Too hard.
Pit road is closed.
So I'm guessing he tried to take out one of these guys and ended up taking out cars behind us, which is fine by me.
Pit road is now open.
I'm not sure how you figure I ran you over, but
Still have to see if the slider line is still there. We'll kind of look at the guys ahead of us and see where they're running.
Green flag, next time by. Ready. Pace car's in. Green, green, green. You're fit.
Not doing too bad.
The car in D2 just at the fastest lap. 13.653. The leader did on 13.432.
Thirteen four.
You don't know that, though.
The car in D2 just at the fastest lap. 13.887. The leader did on 13.488.
Slider through 3 and 4, pushing 1 and 2.
13.682.
Trying to stay underneath the slick. Dude forgot to put in fuel from the heat race.
13.908. Pit road is closed.
Left
Really?
9.
carbine.
I still see you still can't race the ship. Even on your third or second, fourth or fifth account, whatever you got on there.
Pit road is now open.
Sorry, front end's busted.
Sorry, what was that? I was just feeding my fish.
You're still terrible. That's what I've told you.
Oh, wait, are you talking to me?
Line up single file.
Pit box is early. Be ready. Left 3 carbine. We can repair most of the damage. You'll still have minor wheel damage.
Could I get a 1 to green? Yeah, we were doing good until, well,
Pace car's in.
That's it. Go.
Get ready, going green. Line up single file.
Left 10 carbine.
Green flag, green flag. Black flag is for you. Pass under yellow.
I didn't pass anybody under yellow.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
14, only 4, 7,
20 minutes to go.
go subscribe. Only 3, 4, 2. White flag next time I have strike.
Oh, yeah, that was unfortunate.
14, only 4, 4, 1.
It's hard to guess where people are gonna roll after they wreck. And unfortunately, he
Car stopped up high.
rolled down the track and we caught his front end with ours.
All right, there's the checkered
So
flag.
that wasn't awesome.
Great job, driver.
Unreal. And we were doing so good. Alright, let's go and take a look. Fire chase. We'll go back to lap 23. So yeah, we were doing, pretty decent. We weren't gaining a ton on the cars in front of us, and there's those two. So we'll go look at these guys. Corey and Chase Wolf going at it. Unfortunately, we paid the price, so thank you for that, guys. So did they get together a little bit? Yep, it looks like Corey ended up riding up on the right rear of Chase a little bit. And Chase tagged him in the tail tank. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty dirty. Honestly. Chase should know better than that. He has been... So instead of throttling down and hitting the bottom, he decided to do a slider And you can pretty much see that it's not really going to clear. Yeah, right across his front nose. Push bar caught the front Nerf bar on Corey. And instead of staying there up on the wall, he got turned around and decided to drive himself down the track, which is exactly where we were. So I see him wrecking, thinking he's going to just stop right there. I'm heading underneath to avoid him. And there goes our front end. So, yeah, there is that. We'll take a look at it in slow-mo. So everybody else sees him wrecking. Bam. So, hey, that's the way it goes. Definitely not the result I wanted when we were running 5th. So results, we started 6th, finished 6th with the lap down. What do we get for incidents? So we were only charged with 2 points. This means we were only charged with that one incident. I did what I thought was right by going underneath him, except he didn't hold his brake and let his car roll down the hill. But he'll have that. But anyways, you got a chance to see what this sprint car motion simulator can do for you. I can't wait to get you in one, either the fully loaded setup, which is what you see here, minus the VR headset or gaming monitor or the PC. If you are just starting out and you need everything, we can do that for you as well. And if you already have your very own static sprint car simulator at home, breathe new life into it by getting one of our motion simulator bases, and you won't be disappointed. So until next time, thank you for coming out and checking out the race. We will see you out at the track or on our next live stream. But until then, take care. Peace.